Previously on Dances with Dice, when last we left our heroes, Eisen, the half-elf cleric, Karma, the tiefling wizard, and Emiria, the elven monk. They had a final meeting with the High Council of Neverwinter, and after engaging in some personal activities and preparing themselves as best they could, our heroes await themselves the inevitable, the army marching towards Neverwinter. Some dark discoveries by our intrepid wizard Karma. What new mysteries, new dangers, and new revelations await our heroes this week on Dances with Dice.
All right, Karma, you have just woken up from
Am I still
what?
sitting at the table?
You're still sitting at the table. It feels like what must be a nightmare if you weren't certain of what you know a vision to look like. Still, I would say like you've gotten most of your long rest, so you've lost at least 1 point of exhaustion.
So I was laying there for 8 hours.
Yeah. So you've lost 1 point of exhaustion. You're still feeling achy and tired, but like
It's probably like the afternoon now.
Yeah,
Afternoon. They just let me lay there.
They know not to bug you. So, but yeah, I would say it's getting to the evening-ish. The tavern's empty. Closed for a Sunday.
They're just like, they put like little signs around Karma, like do not disturb.
You're closed on Sundays.
Oh, right. You know.
We believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, of course.
The day of rest.
Yeah. Even the brothel's closed.
We have very religious hookers. I think Eisen had returned at this point. I think everyone's like around. I think you guys had all kind of finished up your things for the day at that point, or like, or at least what you were doing.
I think we may have ended it where I was still at the library.
I think
or something like that. Like, but at this point, yeah, I'd probably be coming back.
Yeah, if Karma's gotten like her sleep in, then yeah, I think you were like, because you had like finished at the library basically just like, this is bullshit. Why does no one write normal?
Yes.
When you were trying to find where the machine was, and
A machine.
And Emiria, I don't think you were doing anything massive.
Nope.
You had a date. That takes a lot out of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you're flicking me because of the sick wizard tapestry or.
I mean, now I'm flicking you.
Ow! I'm being assaulted.
Children, please.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Shut up, just because you're
I will
older
turn
than
this adventure around.
Okay.
It's like I finally have another responsible player. Oh my god. Where have you
You're
been
welcome.
for the
Hey.
last 3 years?
Hey, I'm flicking Karma
Sacramento.
because she's on another site.
Put your phone down.
I was getting the sick wizard tapestry.
It can be ordered later.
Okay.
So, Karma, what do you want to do?
Am I alone? Is Karma all alone?
Yeah, I would.
Alone? Okay. She checks to make sure she still has her staff.
You do. You still have everything that you started the day with.
She looks around. She slowly but surely stands up. and she is going to... What was the last thing we've been talking about before she passed out? Do you remember?
I don't think you guys were really talking about anything in particular.
Well, we were probably talking about something.
If I'm remembering correctly, Amiria came home, saw Eisen like barely awake from his research. He went off to the library, and I think you just passed out from exhaustion because of the attunement. I don't think you guys had the last like major meeting.
It's gonna be real embarrassing if this is like we were having a serious conversation like with Tony before this, and we're saying like, yeah, I don't think anything happened, and listeners are like, no, you guys talked about shit.
No, the conversations had happened, I think, the episode prior, where because you guys had gone to the council, talked about the gems, that sort of thing.
It's been a while, folks.
It's been a fun fact. We don't record these all at once.
Yeah, in case you guys are wondering, we get together maybe once every other month and then record a bunch of these at once.
And then forget everything.
Forget absolutely everything. That's how we forgot so much shit. If you're wondering, like, hey, why don't they remember this? It's because we forgot.
It's because we're stupid.
Which reminds me, I need to check.
When I was on crazy
it's kind of like how
painkillers
Daenerys
last time
forgot
we
about the
recorded.
Iron Fleet.
Wait, what'd you
Or
say,
not.
Morgan?
I was on crazy levels of painkillers last time we recorded, so it's been a while.
Yeah, there we go. See, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Which also might explain why you didn't take any notes,
Yeah.
which is fair.
Karma is going to go back upstairs. Can she check out those gems again now that it's a fresh day? Or I can't remember if you said I was allowed to do that at another point, or if I only had one shot.
I will say, because you are exhausted, you still have a point of exhaustion, so you still have.
These week's arms are heavy. You got one shot.
So you
Mom's spaghetti.
You would still have disadvantage on checks.
Oh, that's true. I wouldn't want to do that now, huh?
I'll say that you'll have one more attempt to try to identify.
And I wouldn't want to do that today because I have. Karma is, since she's still tired, she still has that point of exhaustion. She knows that we have like 2 weeks until the thing. She's actually going to just be like, I'm gonna go sleep this time in my bed.
Okay.
And she's gonna drag her ass upstairs and collapse into her bed. Like, she's gonna change into PJs or something, because I think she might have changed into human clothes or tiefling clothes.
You were wearing because you had gone to Frederico, so you were wearing the sexy dress. And
Well, no, that was
No
that
one
was
has
days
ever
ago.
said PJs ever.
That was days ago.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, I guess you were wearing normal clothing.
Hold on. We didn't
What's
shake
happening?
Hannah enough for the weird shit she just said.
The PJs.
My PJs.
Yes, no one has ever said that.
I have my entire family. We say PJs.
Because your family's normal.
Yeah, we are. I love my mom.
She wears pajayjays to cover her vajayjay.
I hate you.
Exactly.
I just licked the pop filter. I gagged so hard I licked the pop filter. I hate you, Hannah.
I didn't say the PJJ part. That was Alex.
Yeah, but if you hadn't said PJs, we wouldn't be
This
here
is
right
victim
now.
blaming.
Oh my god,
Any
I licked
whore.
the pop filter.
Any whore.
Yeah.
Karma's like changing whatever clothes she had on, and she's switching into some sort of nightgown, and she's crawling into her still lead-lined curtain bed, and she's passing the fuck back out.
Okay. Since it's evening,
She likes sleep good.
Eisen and Amiria, is there anything you would like to do before this day concludes and you'll all reconvene in the morning?
Nope.
What were you guys up to all day?
Pretty sure Eisen was still at the library and Amiria was just enjoying, I think, the post-date glow.
Yeah, I think Eisen's had a day. He's gonna take one last look at like the map of the mountains.
Okay.
Kind of like review the information just to kind of like, because it's always good to do that before you sleep. So he's gonna do that and then he's gonna knock out.
Okay. Roll me a just flat intelligence check.
Good, because he's so good at that.
It is a flat roll, so it comes down to your dice skills. Burn him now, bitch. You got a battle to fight.
I hate this man.
All right.
You are going to be my first sacrifice because clearly you have this
context for
untapped.
people not in the room.
He rolled a natural 20 again. We're taking this.
dice.
We're
Give him
taking
a
this
different
dice
D20.
from him. No, because he does this even with my dice.
The best part is she's sitting right next to me, and like there's.
I am.
Like,
He can't even fake it because he does it right next to me and I see it. It's not even like this stealthy little and I catch his little hand flick or anything. He just does it and I'm watching it happen. It's not even being faked. That's the worst part, is that I can't even accuse him of cheating because I'm watching it happen.
Alex is moving to a digital dice roller for campaign 2.
Where I'm giving him a loaded dice. Because he
Don't
even does
take
this
away
shit.
my power.
He even does this shit with my dice. There was the time when he forgot his dice, so I gave him one of my dice, and he kept doing it with one of my dice. I hate this. He rolled a natural 20.
I will find out how you're doing.
Yeah, we will find out.
out.
We will find out how you're doing this.
All right.
I hate this.
Okay. So we're going to. Let's see. So
He's
okay.
so pleased with himself. He doesn't even know how he's doing it.
So with a natural 20. Sorry, give me 1 second.
I mean, obviously, it's probably not the best time to roll it, but still, just the fact that he was like, "It matters on your dice skill," and then I rolled a 20.
It's just anything. We shouldn't even let Alex roll dice stuff. It should be just we shouldn't say you have to do a backflip, and if you can't do it, then you can't do a backflip. Then you can't do that.
All right.
You have to roll. You have to flip yourself. You have to roll your own self and see how you land.
With a natural 20, you stare at the map. You stare at the map. You stare at the books. You stare at the loose sheets of paper just kind of laid out in front of you. And at long last, you look at your Kaiser Soze or whatever the dude's. You look at your Pepe Sylvia board from Always Sunny. You've been staring at the Pepe Sylvia board for long enough to where finally you catch one red string that you hadn't noticed before, but you had to have put up at some point in your manic states. And you trace that string, and it finally comes to a one word, and it finally hits you, and it's just machine, automaton, warforged. So whatever is in the mountain is something that is warforged, and it all clicks for you for a moment. It's okay, all of that makes sense. And then that spark, that moment, just you stare at it, your eyes unfocused for just a second, and then it's all lost again in the jumble of red string and loose sheets of paper and maps. But in your mind, you get okay, what are living machines? They're warforged, walking, living machines. That must be what's in the mountain.
Okay. And then I was just out.
Move your microphone a little closer.
Oh, it's just because I fell back.
Yeah.
I slipped my head backwards. Just that, he sees that and he's just he has the finger up and he's just I got it, and then just falls.
just flat backs onto his bed. All right. The night passes without incident. No strange dreams. No visits from any foreign antagonists. You all wake to a bright, sunny morning. Karma, you have lost all of your points of exhaustion.
Sour cream.
Fuck. We have too many Adventure Zone references in our show already.
Yeah, we need to go a week without referencing.
I'm going to have to reinstate the rule of one pop culture reference per episode.
Sorry.
You know what I haven't done in a while?
Yeah, exactly. Alex was trained out of doing Team 4-Star references.
4-star references.
Yeah, he's trained out of it. All of you wake up in the morning, bright, sunny.
Eisen wakes up in bed and he's like, wait! Warforged. Mountain. Wait. McHale Mountain. Warforged. Right. Pep Boys. Wait, no, he's he's dead. And then falls back asleep.
Actually, Alex, center your mic a little bit because you're not
Okay.
you're talking like kind of off center, so that'll just
No
be
worries.
helpful for where you're talking. All right. You all smell a very fragrant breakfast floating up, and as you head downstairs, you notice the quest board, or what was the quest board, has been replaced by a giant map of the city of Neverwinter, and in the upper right-hand corner, you see a countdown, little just sheet of paper that starts at 14, and as you guys walk in, you see Tony snap his fingers, and the first sheet falls away, and then the 13 appears. As you have 13 days until the army of the Legion arrives at Neverwinter. All of you are sitting around the breakfast table. There's a lovely spread of waffles, bacon, home fries, hash browns, toast. There's a little pile of chicken fried steak as well. It's a bountiful spread of breakfast foods.
Thank God I wear armor every day, or I'd be so fat.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, I wear it every day and never get it clean. God, I smell.
No, it's like whenever that's why Eisen never gets laid, because anytime somebody ever does take it off, it's like opening like a freaking
It's like opening a carton of rotten
Let's back
eggs.
this up.
It's
Are
like-
you saying that Eisen's tried and just like his sick wizard stench is what like scared away all
my
the-
sick wizard stench keeps scaring away all the bitches.
All right, and there's the reference for
Yes,
today.
We're
I'm
not
in
allowed
hell.
to do that again.
You've gotten it out of your systems. We're good.
My sick wizard odour. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my personal hell.
Oh, I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here with you. Again, you've been here for what, 6 months? It's been 2.5 years with me.
Welcome to the show.
Fucking boner squad over here.
Out here with the boner squad. See, you just made another reference.
You just said no Adventure Zone
yeah,
references.
you just did it.
I keep
can't
forgetting.
believe
I
you.
keep forgetting that that's actually a reference. I just use that in everyday
Hey,
like
it's just
conversation
part, yeah,
now.
It's just part of
that's
his
part of
existence.
my vernacular
It's part of
now.
Zach
It's
now.
just me and the boner squad.
It's part of Dr. Mongoose's.
Yeah, it's like I
vocabulary.
have a vocabulary now. I forget where some of it comes from though. Anywho,
All right.
back in the world
Yeah.
back in the world where bad things are actually happening.
Back to the plot.
So there's a countdown to what again? Sorry.
It's a countdown. It's basically a 2-week countdown. So like it went from 14 days to 13 days.
All right, so I'm kind of like in my head, kind of like because I'm remembering like the
You're working like the backwards.
I'm kind of still like I'm still tired. I'm like pouring myself some coffee, drinking the thing, kind of like working it all through my brain again. And Eisen kind of just looks up and he's like, "I think I have something."
Oh, what is it? And
Okay.
Karma's like kind of exhausted herself. She's like the clothes she's wearing are kind of like bare, like just pulled on. She doesn't look as fancy as she usually attempts to be.
Karma, you look atrocious. No, I'm just kidding. No.
It's fine. It's fine. I know. I do.
No,
And she's using her like stick. This stick has now become her comfort object.
The staff of power.
Her staff of power is now her comfort object. She's like just using it as like a walking stick almost. She's just holding onto it.
So
With your dead ex's skull.
Right.
incorporated
Ahaha,
in it.
dead.
Nice. I mean,
what?
it is his skull.
Well, it's not his skull, it's his horns.
Those are part of his
Same
skull.
diff.
I'm pretty sure they're attached.
They were definitely attached to his skull.
They were attached.
They probably got some,
They were attached
some
'cause you fucking
some
broke it.
cranial residue,
Well,
But in
Alex
any
was
case-
able to say some solid things that made Carmen not have a panic attack at the sight of it. So
Now it's the comfort object.
Yeah, Eisen's done good for once. So he kind of looks at me and says, "So I've been looking for anything, honestly, that's gonna help us in this
yeah,
situation, and I've been looking into literally anything. This is gonna sound crazy. I mean, when do I don't?" He's still a little bit like not
A little out of it.
A little out of it. He's like, he's literally kind of like been looking at that board all night, like what the fuck. And he had that moment, fell asleep, and he's just like, have any of you ever heard of the machine?
The machine? No.
It's a local legend. I was like, at this point, I was reaching for straws, but I think I found something.
Okay.
Remember when we first the dagger, when we found Mikhail in the mountain,
Yeah, I remember.
and that we ended up turning.
Amiria, do you remember?
Fuck, sorry. Look,
Amiria's been caught up at this point. Like that was like one of the first things you all did.
We talked about it.
Yeah, so Amiria's aware
Okay.
of the Kingdom of Embers.
Okay, so we found this massive machine, for lack of a better word,
Yeah.
and it was made by what used to be called the Warforged, which were giant mechanical beings.
Were they giant?
Yes.
Warforged. This quick timeout from Hannah. In this universe, are Warforged slightly different, like Asmar's?
No, Warforged.
Warforged is a race, by the way.
Yeah, Warforged is
Okay, I wasn't sure if this was a different Warforged.
No,
or the actual Warforged.
Warforged is a species.
Okay.
Warforged is a species.
They're
and
like a robot species.
Yeah, they're like a robot species. They're not super common. Like they're not super common, but it's not. And like there haven't really been a lot of them seen around. This would be general knowledge to you guys. They're not like mythical in any way. Like it's not like people don't believe they exist. It's more of a thing of like all of them were. It's kind of like a lot of like older. Like kind of like a basically this is gonna be a weird thing.
Very old Age of Ultron looking.
This is just because I was watching a documentary on it last night. But like the Air Force has a bunch of B-52 bombers that were all built in the 60s, but they're still being used.
Because
it's like
they're still fucking good.
Yeah,
like,
so but it's
they're
like
still the best thing.
But it's so it's like that. So like they were all created like almost like a century ago, and they're still around. People have like found them, but it's not like any new ones are being created. Okay. So like
Is it because
any
the technology's been lost, or because
the creation process has been lost to time, or at least not necessarily the creation process, but the ability to give spark to an inanimate object, the ability to imbue a soul into metal.
Kind of like another reference, if you've ever played Dragon Age, it's almost kind of like the ability to create the golems was lost, probably due to its horrific nature, but also due to the fact that the item to do it was lost, and the person who created it and the only person who could still do it refused to. So it might be something along those lines where the knowledge has been lost to create life into inanimate objects, or maybe there's another reason or darker reason we don't know, and I think that's also cool too.
But yeah, so basically the basically the ability to create them is lost. And there have been like a couple of them found about. There's a very famous Warforged scholar in Baldur's Gate, but that's like they're really kind of like relics of a bygone age.
Okay. So, when you're talking about when I realize it might be a Warforged, I'm thinking it might be an actual Warforged, like one of the species, not something they've created.
Yes.
Yeah, so you basically you think that it's like from all the story, basically like your spark basically came to like, okay, this might be an active ancient Warforged
who's like up in the mountains somewhere, maybe still functioning, doing whatever it may be.
Yes.
Okay. So, continuing my story, there's a legend of a machine up in the mountains, and it might be a Warforged, like one of the ancient creatures that was created. And I don't know, at this point I'm down for anything, and I don't know what he's doing up there or what it is doing. It could be anything. I don't know if they have genders. They could be genderless.
That's very possible. They are robots.
But they are an ancient race, and they might know something that could help us. And if they were the creators of that thing that we fought, that was possessed by the god of death, then maybe he, I don't know. It's something.
He, she,
It.
they.
It. I don't like calling it it. That seems weird.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know
They,
we don't know their pronouns.
them.
We can stick with they them
Okay,
until
that
we know
works.
the pronouns.
But I think it's worth a try to find them, because they might have something. Or even just a warforged. They are, from what I have read and everything that I've done research on so far, even just a warforged might be of help.
There's something I might be able to do, but I need to know everything you learned about it. Carmel sits down. Is he sitting down or is he standing and pacing?
I don't know. What are
Eisen's kind of just I think he would. He stand up, holding his coffee, kind of do it just with his hand, talking with his hands, maybe the coffee's even spilling a little bit because he's just yeah.
Karma's gonna sit down at one of the tables. Tell me everything that you know, and there's something I might be able to try to get more information.
Eisen kind of reluctantly goes, scratches his head,
I'm a
in
magical.
a little bit of embarrassment.
What?
like he's just scratching, he's kind of doing the hand point thing from his forehead, it might be better if I just show you. And he kind of gestures for Karma to come up and see the
Pepe Sylvia board.
Okay. Wait, is it in his room?
Yeah.
Oh, Amelia, we're gonna take a field trip to. You want to? Karma takes Amelia.
Yes, for his safety, if nothing else.
Okay. Karma takes Amelia's hand. Okay, let's go.
All right, so you walk you walk up to Eisen's room and you open the door and then it's dark in there. The room's dark. He opens a window and then you see an entire wall. So good 10 foot by 10 foot just section of the wall is just maps, pieces of paper torn out of books, red string running all over the place. In the very center, it just says "the machine" with a big question mark on it.
And then in another corner, there's this really poorly done drawing of Mikhail that has a bunch of darts in it.
Exactly.
It's like a doodle bob of Mikhail with a bunch of darts in it,
with an arrow pointing at it with the word Mikhail.
And so
I approve this. This is canon.
And then in another corner, there's a sick wizard tapestry.
No, we can't do more than one reference. We talked about this.
It scares away all the bitches.
Just fucking.
We just
I'm sorry,
fucking
Morgan.
did this.
I know, but it's too good.
It's too good. Thank you. Alex has my back.
I'm sorry.
So
okay, continue.
And so this entire wall is kind of covered in things. And I'll just say for the sake of brevity, Eisen kind of roughly walks through everything he's figured out. And so Karma, you have the same kind of information that he was able to gather, is that whatever is up there is real. Something is in the mountains. It's something mechanical, and with his little spark of inspiration, he was able to determine it is a warforged. Other than that, you have all the same really frustrating information he was gathering over the last couple of days, where it's there's 1 page of useful information and then 10 pages of just flowery storytelling and gobbledygook at that point. So it goes it's believed to stand anywhere from 6 to 8 feet tall on a fine summer's eve with a new moon in the sky shining across a pool in the mountains. I was saved by an unknown mechanical entity. It spoke with a soft humming voice like that of a hummingbird in a summer's day. It led me back down the mountain, keeping me alive with its internal warmth. And then the next useful piece of information is it is not at this mountain. And then there's a 10-page flowery description of the mountain it's not at.
Can it please just be Fantasy Iron Giant? Because that's what it sounds
I was gonna say Optimus Prime.
It's
but a combination of the two. He's wise like Optimus Prime, but has the heart of the Iron Giant. Hi, we're nerds. And we're old.
You don't.
Yeah, we can fucking tell.
It's like, some of us.
Amiria's just like
Some of us were born in the 80s.
Amiria's just like looking at Eisen, just like, oh my god, not this again.
The look on her face is like, God damn, my son is so stupid.
I hate you all. Okay.
Meanwhile,
so...
Karma is like, this is the most attractive thing Eisen's ever done.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Karma's looking at the wall and it's just like, oh my god, he can read.
Who knew?
Because like Eisen's been like just a straight himbo for the entire campaign.
No, because he's been mean. Himbos aren't mean.
That's true. Is what's the mean but buff? The
Jock.
no, there's like himbo bimbo, and then there's like the reverse of it.
Well, no.
I don't know.
I don't
I'll have to
know.
look
I'm
this
pretty
up.
sure Himbim is still nice.
Oh no, yeah, no, they are all
Himbims
nice.
are still nice. They're just tiny.
Yeah, him. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I was thinking of him.
He's on his way from jock to himbo.
Yeah, he's on his way.
He's on his way from angry boy. I don't think he's ever been like a jock because he's really not that.
You've been kind of jockey.
Well, he does. I don't know how high your strength is actually. He doesn't actually have that highest strength. He only has a +1 to his strength.
That's true.
Oh my god, have you been a twink this whole time?
Oh
like,
god,
he's-
he
he's-
has been.
Well, like
He's
he's
a
stronger
Ford.
than like the average human, which is a +1 is still like a guy who shovels freaking hay, or who shucks hay in the fields is like can be pretty buff.
He can lift one heavy thing.
Yes,
Twink.
he has enough to carry his armor.
He lift one heavy thing.
But yeah, Karma used to be a bounty hunter. This used to be her whole thing: investigation and having shit like this, like tracking people down. This was her thing.
She
so.
looks at it. She's like, "We haven't used this in a long time."
It's like I've never been more attracted to you in my life.
I was gonna say she
This is the first time I've ever found you attractive.
What was the
the
Wiggles eyebrows
Wiggles,
flirtation?
yeah, Wiggles eyebrows flirtatiously.
It's been a while since we busted that one out.
Right?
Yeah, that's old. That's ancient. That's first episode.
Raises eyebrows flirtatiously. And Eisen's just kind of like, ta-da. Like,
Hey Eisen, what the fuck?
what? Like it.
This is the ramblings of a lunatic.
It's like Tony walks in. Oh god, I shouldn't have left you alone for 3 days. Fuck me.
Look,
It's like turns to Amir. It's like, I thought we talked about this. We don't leave him alone. He's like a dog. He's like an overexcited
I lost
chihuahua.
track of it.
But Tony's not here, so.
okay, so. So what can you do? Because this is as far as I've got.
Karma's still like staring at it. Like, first of all, she does like little chef's kiss.
Eisen's slightly confused because he was
Don't
like,
encourage
Eisen
him.
was like ready for everyone to just like have everybody else's reaction, and Karma's kind of just like, this is amazing.
This is wonderful. Oh my god. He even used red string.
It's like she like
Don't you encourage this?
she, like,
Can we please?
she like feels the string and
draw
it's.
this.
Yeah.
Can you draw Eisen like doing the arm thing with the like?
I feel it feels
then-
like.
and
Karma's like
just-
fanning herself,
and
and
then-
Amiria's just like shaking her head in disappointment.
and then you see Tony in the doorway just face palming. Like,
and I feel like Karma feels like the string. It's like, oh, he used the silky kind too. He used the good string.
He's the good shit. She's just a second. She's using her extremely high intelligence, 20, to just do a quick scan over everything since he's like showing her, so she has to like read over stuff and get as much information as possible. And then she goes to the center and she kind of places her hand on wherever the machine is written, and I'm gonna cast legend lore.
Okay.
I don't think I have to roll for it.
I did all the legwork.
Let me take a look because I actually have the spell pulled up right here.
Sweet.
Okay, so you are going to need to mark off 300 gold, please. 250 and
No, that's if I use components. I don't. Oh wait, no, that's. I still have to use it.
You have
anyway.
to.
She
mark
she
off
can't cast,
mark off 650 gold.
She can't cast it like a ritual, or you still need a.
You can't ritual cast legend lore.
Oh, okay, so you still need the
Oh
components.
yeah, this one is this. Oh yeah, this is a spell that still requires the items.
Oh, okay.
This is one of those still requires item spells. Okay, how much? Again?
Hopefully, it's fucking helpful.
650 gold worth of material. So just mark off 600. Just mark off 650.
Oh, that's
gold.
right. Okay, so there's 600. That's right. So Karma would have also gotten out the items that she needed. She would have. She pulled out some incense.
We also have a mage who would probably have
four spell components. If a spell requires components, how I do this, because this is the first time you've casted a spell with a large amount of components. It's just you mark down.
Yeah, but
I
think it's more aesthetically pleasing if Karma just at least pulls out some of the components.
You can absolutely do that. I'm just saying, like
she reaches into her pouch and she pulls out
He's
incense.
saying for like brevity's sake, like just you didn't have to go buy them. You chose
No,
that
I just
spell,
have them.
so yeah, you have them.
Yeah, I chose the spell, so I have them. Yeah, she pulls them out of her because usually I'm used to not having to do components because I have a.
You got
because you can choose when you're a wizard. You can either have a components pouch or an arcane focus. So. Yeah, she pulls out incense, places it on. What does he have, like a little table thing?
Oh yeah, there's like a
little
there's a little table.
She like makes some room on it, like and lights lights the incense, and then it says 4 ivory strips, which I don't really know what that means. Besides, whatever. But she lights the incense, and then she kind of inhales and places her hand over where that says the machine, and is going to cast Legend Lore.
Okay.
And her eyes do the thing where the red bleeds out over all the black.
Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm actually.
And it takes 10 minutes to cast.
Yeah. So 10 minutes go by. You guys kind of watch as a soft breeze fills the room, and it kind of shuffles the papers a little bit, and it lightens the air. There's a lightness and a warmth to the air as a soft sort of twinkling golden light fills the room. And let's see. Okay, like that. The thumping noise is people working next door. Yeah. Okay.
We do apologize to our listeners.
Yeah. The people moved out of the apartment next door, so people are working on things.
Yes. So just assume that that's them doing some construction in another portion of the tavern or at the brothel.
Or people preparing for the imminent attack.
Oh, that's true.
It's called ambiance.
Yeah, that's ambiance music, folks. This is what we replace. We don't have background music. We have background banging.
Okay.
Giggity?
Giggity?
Okay, Karma. Let's see. Hang on. Just gonna recheck Legend Lore real quick. Thankfully, I can cut all this out.
Yeah. The reason why I wanted to know as much as possible is that I get more accurate and better information from the DM, or I'm supposed to, the more information I know about it.
Assuming it's legendary.
Well, it is a legend. It is a legend.
It has stories written about it. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a legend.
Well, you told me it was like a freaking
a myth, a legend.
It was a folktale.
That's the same thing.
Not necessarily.
I will open up a poll. I will poll this shit right now on Twitter.
I'm just rereading the spell real quick because I want to make sure I'm giving you the proper stuff. Okay. You sit there for 10 minutes, Karma, and you feel the spell expire for a moment. You think for a moment, oh, well, that's weird. That didn't work. And then suddenly your mind, in your mind's eye, you're shot 500 miles away into the mountains. You fly over snow-capped peaks and through valleys and forests. And then at long last, you come to rest in an oasis of some kind, there's a small pond, lake, green, verdant grass all around. A tall oak tree looks to be several almost like several thousand years old. And you see sitting at the base of the tree, the fishing rod in hand, you see a mechanical being sitting there. He's wearing tattered robes of some kind. You can't really make out what it is on them. And he turns, this creature kind of turns to you as though it can see it, and you see a very kind face. Like the face itself is very humanoid and expressive. Like it's like there's like a porcelain mask there that has some moving components to it, and then you can see like the gears and the shifting things beneath it, like the veins moving beneath it. And it smiles at you. And give me 1 second.
Did you say it was like 500 miles away? How many miles away did you say over the mountains?
You'll have to roll for that in just a second.
You said a number.
I know it's like about 500 miles away. It's like it seemed, again, like distance is difficult to gauge here.
Okay.
But and you see you see this creature turns to you, gives you like what you assume to be a very soft smile, and you hear it speak, and it goes,
"Well, it has been a while since someone has found me."
What are you talking through? Oh my god, he's using a cup. Keep going.
It has been many years since anyone has visited. I hope to see you soon.
What?
Good luck.
and with that you are pulled backwards.
Fuck.
And your mind is filled with an ancient tale. And it's a story you've heard many times over of the Angel of the Mountains. It's a story kind of that has variations throughout almost all the cultures of Faerun. Travelers oftentimes have small shrines to them, like if they're like Sherpas on mountains, or they're rangers or things like that. Basically anyone who works in mountains. And it's the tale of a traveler gets lost in snowy peaks on the mountainside. They run out of food, they run out of fuel, they swear they're going to die, and a warm presence finds them. They're sometimes large, they're sometimes small, but there's always like a mechanical, heated warmth to them, and a soft voice and a unknown face that leads them back down the mountain. They're always garbed in white, and it has spawned this tale of the Angel of the Mountain. And as that thought enters your mind again, and you think back, and this spell finally ends and completes, you realize that the Angel of the Mountain the story of the Angel of the Mountain has come from wherever this Warforged is in these mountains outside of Neverwinter.
Karma comes out of it. You're right. It is She turns back around, looks at them. They are a Warforged. Have either of you heard the story of the Angel in the Mountains?
Both of you. This is a well-known, like children are told this story. So this is a very well-known tale about.
Yeah, back in
Of course.
my old town, I used to talk about it.
Amiria, sorry, what did you say?
Of course. Everyone's heard the story.
I believe they are the same thing. The machine and the angel. They're both this. I saw them. My spell, it took me to where they are. It is there's a lake and green grass and a very tall oak tree, and the tree looked to be several thousand years old. And I saw a warforged, I believe, there, a mechanical being. He seemed very kind, and he said that it's been a long time since someone had found him. I think he wants us to go see him, or them.
Did he speak to you?
They did. They said that it's been a long time since someone has found them, and that I believe they said that they hope to see us soon, or me soon, or us soon. But they're real. They're the machine and the angel. They're the same person. And Karma like kind of looks out the window and does she like when she looks out the window, does she see the direction that her vision went? Does she
roll me a survival or history of your choice, because there is a map of the mountains on Eisen's wall.
Let me roll today's portents.
While Hannah's rolling, I think it's fucking hilarious that you guys use they them just fine for me, but the
I'm
second
so
you're doing
sorry.
it for a robot, you guys can't get it right.
I'm sorry, it's Zach. I'm sorry. It's just I imagine
think it's
Zach
fucking
as every
hilarious.
single NPC.
It's because I am every single NPC.
I'm sorry.
Just Zach in a wig.
Zach in a wig for every single
That's
NPC.
why it was really hard for me to pick up chicks.
What, you don't want to fuck me?
Don't want to fuck Zach. All right. Where it just a regular flat one, or do I add investigation and
It's history or survival.
history or survival? I think that's. Oh, I have a +5 to history. I'm gonna actually go with. I get to roll. By the way, I get to roll 3 portents a day now. Haha.
Good for you.
I'm gonna go with the 14 that I rolled +5, so 19.
19. And sorry, what did you roll? It was a history or a survival?
I rolled history.
History?
So
Okay.
+5. And I had a +5, and one of them that I rolled was a 14. I rolled an 8, a 14, and a 19.
Okay.
I'd go with the 19, but I kind of want to save it for if we go see him and we need to convince him of something today.
Okay. I will say with a 19, you're able to... You look at the map laid out before you and you try to like cast your mind's eye back to the travels you took, and it's like you narrow it down to a mountain range. A specific mountain range outside of Neverwinter, probably a good like 150, 200-ish miles away from like the city itself. And where in that range it might be, you're not sure, but you at least have like what peak it is. At least kind of like the general. You've got an idea of the area where you want to be within this mountain range.
Karma points to the map and kind of spreads her finger around the area. It was here in this area here.
Well, how long do we think it'll take us to get there? Is Tony actually in the doorway?
You would know just looking at this map and where you are, this would take, with traditional travel, about a month's travel to get there.
That's why I was. Is Tony actually
Unless,
there? Or
unless.
Oh yeah, Tony's there. He's like,
Okay.
Tony's just kind of Tony's like grab the darts out of the McHale picture, and you just like he's just been like playing darts this whole time. He's like, hey,
Tony's the big K,
motherfucker,
up and running.
Also, Karma's wiggles her fingers and uses prestidigitation to make little sparks come out of them. I am also magic and have teleport.
True.
Doesn't that need circles, or am I using the wrong spell? Or am I thinking of the
The
wrong
version
spell?
that I have is the flat out teleport. I don't need circles anymore. A circle would make it more accurate, but I don't need the circle.
But you've seen the place and everything.
I've
it's-
viewed it. I've seen it and I've viewed it. And so I have a higher chance of getting at least on target or off target. Off target essentially means random distance away from the destination in a random direction. Though the off target distance is 1d10 times 1d10% of the distance that was to be traveled. So, example, if you wanted to try to travel 120 miles, landed off target, and rolled a 5 and a 3 on 2 d10s, then you would be off target by 15% or 18 miles. So we could be percentage off of miles.
Yikes. Do we know that this is gonna help us in the, like, huge battle that everyone could die at?
What else do we
that's,
have
like,
to
in
do?
10 days.
And the city's defenses are as good as they're gonna get, at least what I've been told.
We have 2 weeks.
I mean, anything's...
But does it help everyone if we're fucking off into the mountains?
What else Give me another option.
I don't know. What if he kills us?
He didn't seem like it. This individual, they're known as the Angel of the Mountains. The spell told me that they're the same being, or at least they come from the same story. This being is known to help travelers get out of the mountains, help them escape death.
That sounds awfully peaceful and not like something that would help us not get murdered.
But but they would defend. Do you think they might help defend? Especially if there's this group runs the risk of causing destruction and war. Perhaps this creature would decide to help us at least defend, or help people of Neverwinter escape, or aid refugees. I don't know how big it is. DM didn't tell me how big it was.
It looked about human size,
it is human size.
like about a human sized. I would say.
Did we learn anything from Legend, like what the machine is capable of?
Because it's so steeped in this story, the story and the legend have kind of become all in one. And given how old constructs, Warforged are, these constructs are to the world as a whole, there's not a lot of information that still exists. You could feasibly, if you wanted to, go to Baldur's Gate and try to talk to the Warforged scholar there. You could maybe get more information on another attempt of the spell. Otherwise, that's about all you can pick up on.
Tony, you're old as shit. What do you know?
Wait, is Tony here? I thought that was a joke.
No, he was
Throwing darts at the...
Yeah, it's like,
Oh.
that is rude, but not inaccurate.
Am I wrong?
But not inaccurate. So, Tony, I need to open up his fucking character sheet.
People ask Tony questions.
So, oh, he's got a 9 to history. But not when he rolls a 3.
Tony.
He's actually...
we believed in you.
Yeah, that's never a good idea.
You can take 10.
He kind of like looks around and is like, the only thing I can tell you, and this is one of those things where you have to kind of pass out legend and myth with reality, but I would put my faith in the fact that Kama is a good judge of character. And if he seems...
Am I?
Usually. Maybe not in your love life, but like other things. I would go with the simple fact that if the spell told you and ties the Angel of the Mountain in with this particular creature, that would be a fairly good sign that they're at least willing to help someone. Will they help you with this? I mean, helping someone down a mountain and helping someone down a mountain and helping stop a war are two very different questions, but if you don't ask, you don't know. It's the best I can do for you. In terms of what I know, I mean, I wasn't really me 1,000 years ago, so I wasn't, he like kind of gets a little, like, you almost see like embarrassment kind of cross his face. Like, I wasn't as involved in the world a century ago, so not a lot I can. Listen,
Tony, were you partying?
I was enjoying the halcyon days of my youth. All right? That's what I was doing.
Miria, what were you doing 100 years ago?
It was 1,000 years ago.
Oh, I thought you said 100. You said a century ago.
Oh, sorry, I meant a millennia ago.
Oh.
I always confuse those two for some.
I think we made that fuck up.
That is the second time
before.
I've made that fuck up. Yeah, it was 1,000 years ago, a millennia ago. Amiria wasn't born yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, but she was born 100 years ago.
Yes. But that's about all the information Tony has for you. He rolled. How do you have a +9 to history and fuck up that hard, dog?
Same way I always fuck up with insight.
That's very true. But yeah, that's about the most he can really kind of give you on that one.
Look, does anyone else have a better use of our time? I'm willing to listen.
Miria?
Nope. I guess we're talking to a robot.
This is the funniest shit about this is that not like a few hours ago, if not last night, Morgan was DMing me like, why are robots gender envy?
The irony.
Morgan is not Amiria, and Amiria is not Morgan.
Amiria has a gender. Morgan doesn't.
That's
Exactly.
Amiria stole Morgan's gender.
Most likely.
All right. Okay, if you want to try to teleport, you are welcome to do so. I'll say, given that you cast legend lore,
That's
the
a
creature
5th level spell.
the creature spoke to you. The creature spoke to you, and you saw landmarks. Roll me an Arcana check with advantage.
Okay, that's a 17 plus 5, so 22.
22. Okay, I'll say that for your teleportation roll, you'll fall under seen casually.
Okay. So if I get a 54, if I'm rolling the D100, if I get a 54 or above, I get on target.
Yes.
Cool. Come back.
All right. Is there anything you guys would like to prepare before you head out for...
Karma's gonna definitely go put on clothes and her armor and stuff. She wasn't wearing her robes of the Archmagi.
Okay. I assume you'll prepare like all of your stuff that you would normally take on some sort of adventure.
Yes.
I meant like maybe like extra stuff, like if you wanted to pick up health potions or cold weather stuff, or like
Oh, that's right.
climbing gear, things like that.
It's gonna be cold.
That stuff.
Oh no, it's gonna be cold.
Karma's gonna be miserable.
Karma packs her biggest fucking fluffy jacket. I forgot that Karma hates the cold.
All right.
Amiria, what are you packing?
A light
I
sweat.
hate you.
Amiria, before you leave, Dust finds you.
Dust?
I'm sorry, not Dust. Fucking Draft.
You just get covered in dust mites.
Yeah, I was thinking of Kat's character from last night, who's also a D named. Draft finds you, and she puts into your hand a potion of cold resistance.
Aw.
Oh shit.
That she
Thank
made
you.
specifically for you, and she gives you a little peck on the cheek and says, "Come back before 13 days are up."
I'll be back before you know it.
I really hope so, because we are screwed otherwise.
Thanks.
And she gives you another kiss on the cheek. She's very direct. She gives you another kiss on the cheek and goes back to her little lab, and her familiar boots kind of like rubs up against your leg and just meow, and then follows, like trots back up the stairs to her laboratory.
Did Karma see that?
Peace out,
Yes.
boots.
It was kind of like out in the main area.
Karma's just like sitting in her little jacket with like the hood up, just like looks at Amiria.
Has pulled the strings, so it's like the hoodie hood has like closed down to like a little tunnel circle.
But there's little lumps where her horns are. She's like looking at Amiria.
Hi. Hi. I'm not sharing this with you. Potion in my bag.
It's like, that one's mine.
Amiria's just holding the vial, like, my precious.
So Amiria, you can add a potion of cold resistance to your inventory.
I remember the other potions I'd given you guys.
Sweet.
I don't know if you guys added those to your inventory.
I hope I did.
Yeah, no, I added those. The potion of hill giant strength and other such things.
Vitality
yes.
and something else.
Yep. Potion of invisibility. I don't think you handed out the potion of vitality to Amiria.
I thought I gave everyone 1 vitality and 1 hill giant strength. No, wait, unless I gave the single vitality to...
You gave the vitality to Eisen, I believe.
No, I gave everyone... They both got the same thing, and then I sent some to Belladonna. I think... Wait, I know, I kept 1 vitality for myself.
Yeah.
I think I gave them hill giant strength.
You gave them both hill giant strength. I know that
and
much.
invisibility.
Yes. Because I know vitality
and then I
was
also got
for
2
you.
vitality, and I kept 1 vitality for myself, and I sent a hill giant strength, invisibility, and a vitality to Belladonna.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. With that...
Eisen, are you packing anything?
I'm literally dressed for the cold. All the time.
It's like you get there, your armor freezes, you can't move. Ah. Fuck. Anyway,
And then I'm just like, Karma, fire.
help. All right. With that, Karma, please roll a D100.
Okay. That is a 67.
67. All right. A rushing wind fills your guys' ears, and this like concentrated almost tornado of force kind of whips around all of you in this circle in this moment, and you feel yourself like pulled by like almost like pulled like by your navel like forward, and you feel like this in the same feeling you guys kind of felt with the big K, only more violent this time, just that shrinking and expanding and shrinking all at once. And it feels like it lasts an hour, but it lasts 6 seconds, and then with a soft popping noise, all of you guys land on your feet in this warm, balmy grove. And as you look around, you see yourself surrounded by mountain peaks, like covered in snow, like 500, 700, almost 1,000 feet high. Like you're like nestled in this little valley. You look around and you see like this gigantic tree. It looks like an oak, but it's like it's spread out. If anyone's seen okay, again, we're going with what's in the giant macadamia tree in Maui, the thing that's like spread over like almost like 2 blocks. It's this huge tree. The trunk is almost like 50 feet in diameter, and the branches spread almost a couple hundred feet into the air. And at the base of this tree, you see sitting there about a humanoid size, probably about maybe 6'5" or so, faded white robes tinged with gold. You see a symbol that you can't really make out, but it's faded with time. That same soft porcelain mask, a hinged jaw for speaking, no eyes that you can see, the entire body you can see constructed in bronzes, golds, and silvers. They set the fishing pole down as they hear you land. They look at you. You see a smile cross their face as you've landed, and they look at you. They look at all 3 of you. It's like,
Well, I did not expect you to be here so quickly. How may I help you?
and that is where we will end the episode for today. Thank you all so much for joining us for the 100th episode
What?
of Dances with Dice.
What?
We could not do this without any of you, our fine
I
listeners.
should have done something insane. If I'd known it was the 100th episode, I would have done something lit.
Thank you so much for joining us. Please follow us on all of our social medias at Dances with Dice, and when you use the hashtag DWDcast or DWDart, we will use you as named NPCs in the show. As always, thank you for joining us again, and join us every single Tuesday for more episodes of Dances with Dice.